What's going on? So, yeah, submission. Why is submission so hard? Well, I've learned the reason why submission is so hard from life's lessons, basically with my own father. Um, Submission is a hard thing simply because you have to become vulnerable and yield your own self over. So the reason I learned this through my father is because back when I was a freshman in high school, the mill sent my dad out on sick leave because they realized he had glaucoma and he started losing eyesight. So an incident occurred where they wanted to see what was wrong with him. So fast forward over time, he eventually loses most of his eyesight. And prior to that, he made my cousin and myself, as we were playing basketball, put an eye patch over our eye. So when he made us put that eye patch over our eye, it really made sense as to how important your eyes were. So submission requires you to be blind. It really does. You have to become you're put in a position to not be able to see where you're going. You have to hear where it is you're going, and you're feeling your way through. So what I noticed it being so hard, especially just from the male aspect, from seeing my dad, is that he had to become dependent upon others. And this is why this is so hard for women in today's society, because women have now had the privilege to be capable of going out here, getting degrees, working whatever job that is that they want to do, and they're now tending to their own selves, their own life. And then to turn around and have a man to now come into the picture makes all of that hard, because I watched my dad go from being independent, doing everything he wanted to do, go wherever it is he wanted to go. He drove until he couldn't drive anymore, because his main thing was he did not want to give up his freedom. His eyesight was his freedom. And when you're dealing in a relationship, as far as leading, the one who's leading has to be on point. So my dad used to really get on me about certain things in regards to my dad got on me on certain things in regards to. So it really became interesting because watching my dad go blind made me understand that you cannot totally depend upon yourself. And it was a great experience, like I said already. It's merely for the fact that I got to really start watching, and it took me a while, but I really got to start watching what it is that I said, how detailed I had to become, because in going blind, that is one of the most ultimate submission positions you have to be in. And I don't really think a lot of men understand that type of submission, because that type of submission, you want that from a woman. How can you want that type and level of submission when you don't fully understand how detailed you have to be? There's a whole different level of leadership that you have to actually operate in order for a woman to fully submit into that regard. That I don't really think men really understand how deep that is. And for a woman, like I said, my dad had to turn around and give up everything he loved to do and be totally dependent upon somebody else. Because like I said earlier, just a few moments ago, his main freedom he felt was him being able to drive and go anywhere he wanted to go. Once he lost that, he was a fight. It was a fight for him, and it was a fight for everybody else. So men have to fully understand that if you're not being fully detailed, understanding of the position that now this person who has to submit is in, you're going to have a problem because they're giving up themselves to trust you. I don't think men understand the level of trust a woman has to have. It's that trust goes beyond you and your kids trusting you. It's a whole different level of trust because a woman's already been an adult. She's already seen everything that she can possibly see in life, as opposed to kids who, when they come here, they're trusting and dependent on you. It's two different things. And as men, we really have to understand what this is. Matter of fact, I'll go so far as to say, do exactly how my father did me. That's why I become a lot more detailed. It's taken a process for me to really tone some things down that I do, but it was a process. Everything in life is a process, and I would admonish every man on this planet to put a blindfold on, put an eye patch over your eye, go through life for one day and see what it's like. You may change your tune on how you start seeing certain things and perceive certain things. Because when you start realizing you have to trust somebody else on certain things, it's a whole different ball game. And I remember a lot of times my dad would get very upset when you left out certain details, and then he would be very frustrated if you left something sticking out. He was already frustrated that he had to submit and depend upon somebody else. But if you left something out and he starts stumbling, not only he's gonna take that on you, but for all the rest of the stuff of why he went blind and all the other stuff that he was experiencing, he's gonna take that out even more. So imagine when women who already had their own stuff, and then you not following through and you not coming through, they gonna then start doing the same type of thing, and we see that out here. But yeah, keep that in mind. Hopefully y'all do that. Hit the like, subscribe button, share, do all that good stuff. All right, I'm out here. Peace.